reWoTchers. How are we doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. I'm afraid Ebony cannot be with us tonight. She has other plans. So you have me instead, Rebecca. I'm returning, and Stitch. You got Rebecca
Yes.
and Stitch tonight.
I couldn't resist. My wife got this for me. No, she got me it's I guess 2 onesies for Christmas, which I realize now. But this one was just so soft, and I couldn't resist wearing it. It was sitting on my couch, and I was like, I made it.
It looks super cozy.
Everyone make sure to post on Ebony's Twitter and make sure to shout happy birthday to Avienda, because tonight is her daughter's birthday, and they celebrated amazingly. They were on the field for it's Commanders, right? The new name for the Washington football team is the Commanders, and they had field side stuff. She posted pictures. She hung out with her best friend Santana Moss, which was really cool.
Yeah. It's a good reason not to be here. We forgive her. Yeah.
Always.
Avienda is more important. So, so before we get into, what we're going to watch tonight and all that stuff, we do have a special guest. So with us, we are going to be joined by author Sarah J. Sover.
Yay, there she is. Oh man, is there a furry friend with you?
Oh my god! This is Gandalf Grey.
Oh my god!
Perfect.
It's a fur baby. It's so cute. My cat's right there. She's sitting in her little cat perch in front of my window.
I do love him. That's a perfect name.
She's always. So I guess we could jump right into this. One of the pictures I have for your stuff here is this wonderful. This is his Christmas outfit, or one of the Christmas outfits.
Yes.
Yeah. I keep when I saw this picture, it instantly made me think of I was just like, I really want to see him in like a Master Splinter costume from the Ninja Turtles.
I need it.
That to you.
I need it. I have him. He was Grogu before Baby Yoda was cool. Okay, like he is the OG Baby Yoda.
That's fantastic.
I should have dug that one up for you.
Oh man, it's wonderful. I mean, look at it. There he is, right there. I get to see live Gandalf. It's amazing.
Yeah.
He's actually not old.
He just has that wise look.
He's so cute.
So as I understand it, Sarah, you write comedic noir fantasy novels, which is very interesting. So tell us a little bit about plug what you got.
Okay. My first book was the comedic fantasy book. It's about a group of drunk trolls who pulls a heist on the evil corporation, the Covered Bridge. It released in 2019, and it's called Double Crossing the Bridge.
Yeah, and it's coming back out soon, right? Oh, look at it! This made me think of what's it? The Usual Suspects? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the inspiration for the. That's exactly what the inspiration for that cover.
Yeah, I'm so smart.
It actually got re-released by Falstaff Books this year, which was awesome because I absolutely love Falstaff.
Yeah,
but
John
they also
fantastic. I love him.
And they also put out my other book, which is called Fairy Godmurder, which is about a fairy godmother who goes rogue to hunt down the killer of her first princess.
Yes, I love that. I love this book. I haven't read the Double Crossing the Bridge yet, but I'm gonna have to go pick up the re-release now. But I did read Fairy Godmurder like a while back, actually, just after the last Jordan Con, or no, the 2 Jordan Cons ago, and I loved it. It was so much fun. It made me feel like it felt like, I don't know if you've read the Dresden Files. Have you read the Dresden Files?
Yeah,
it felt like the detective noir part of it felt like the early Dresden stuff, which was like my favorite because it felt very like an actual detective noir story instead of like this overarching big thing that it turned into. And that was like a ton of fun with that. Like I love how she approached her things and had like they had the human police and then the fairy police. It was a lot of fun.
You're gonna hate the sequel.
No, I like both of them. I like later Dresden stuff and the early Dresden stuff.
The first one is it's your typical urban fantasy. This one that I'm finishing up right now. It got very big. It got very big political family drama. So.
So I noticed you have it as Fractured Fae Book 1. So are there more books in that series? Is the next one in that series or something else?
Yes, the next one in that series I'm finishing up right now. It's a week past deadline with my publisher, but he doesn't mind. And it should be out next year. It's called Fade to Black.
Okay.
Fade like FAE?
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting all clever in there with your play on words like you're some sort of like author or something.
Author.
Can't resist.
So we're going to be watching episode 4. Yes, episode 4 today, which is The Great Wave. Last week we were joined by Brett from the Wheel That Weaves podcast. When we watched that, it was a ton of fun. At the end of that episode is my favorite character from Lion King, but my least favorite character from this show, which is the Ed. The warg, like the warg at the end of episode 3. I don't know how recently you watched episode 3, Sarah, but the warg at the end of episode 3, all he's missing is that tongue hanging out of his mouth, and he would easily be Ed from the Lion King.
I did not make that connection, but you're right.
He's got those big giant bug eyes, and it looks like he's smiling. Like they had the wargs from the movie. I don't know. Anyway,
a weird
I digress. I digress.
Yeah.
So for those who haven't joined us before, when we do these rewatches, we have our little, it's on this side. See, I did it backwards every time. I have my little thing right here so that you could follow along with us. I'm going to press play on both of them at the same time. I'll do a little countdown for you and you can catch up. We're going to watch the recap. So when the recap comes on, don't skip it. And if you get stuck with a commercial, I'm sorry, just catch up when you can. Mm-hmm. I'm going to toss some information for Sarah out on the bottom of the screen here, but I'm going to switch places with Rebecca so that you could keep track of the timer because the banner was hiding the thing.
Yeah, good thinking.
So we're going to get ready to start in a few minutes. I have the trivia up in here too, so I could actually share it with you guys while we watch it, and you can all see how useless it is. And that should be a lot of fun. I really feel like, so I don't know how much background information you know about the story, Sarah, but just to recap for the people that are watching also, the Amazon did not have permission to use any information from the Silmarillion. So all of the information has to either come from the Lord of the Rings movies, the Lord of the Rings books, The Fellowship, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King, the appendices, or The Hobbit. If it's not in those things, they cannot use it. Or also the cartoons that came out in the 70s. They can use the information from that too. So like all of the trivia is just like a bit of information about something that's happened in this episode, and then they cite where they got it from. So it really just feels like legal information. So they're like, haha, don't sue us, Tolkien estate. This is where we got
to say it. Okay.
That's fun.
That's what it feels like. That's what all the trivia feels like. None of it is helpful for the scene that it's associated with, and it's all just that. So, and it continued with this episode as well. All right. So anyway, I'm going to get ready to press play. So for those who are going to follow along and watch the episode, you got a few seconds here. I'm going to give you a countdown. I hope everyone's ready. All right, I'm going to press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. And we're playing. So I don't know how much how Tolkien-y are you, Sarah? I don't think we've ever talked Tolkien because we always hang out at Jordan Con, so it's always inevitably Wheel of Time nonsense, and then your stuff.
If you're talking to me, you're gonna have to give me a minute because. Okay.
Are you back?
Oh, I never left, but that was two audio streams at once. I cannot handle.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
We always just I turn the volume almost to nothing, and I kind of just, because I've watched it so many times in the last couple of days, I just kind of just use the he broke his arm.
Yeah.
I use the show as mostly knowing when to talk about what's happening on our thing there.
Okay, so what was your question?
I don't know how Tolkien-y you are. Usually we end up talking about your stuff or, whatever at Jordan Con or whatever panel if, you're on at the time. So I don't know how Tolkien-y you are.
So I am far from a Tolkien scholar. I'm a fantasy author who definitely appreciates my roots. But I watch for the stories. I watch and I read for the stories, and I am not into the minutia at all. I just don't have a brain for little details. So I am the ideal viewer for adaptations. Adaptions.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same exact way.
Yeah. Yep. Everything makes me happy.
Me too. I look for positives in most of the stuff that I'm watching. There are definitely things I don't like about this show. Specifically, Galadriel jumping off the boat in the middle of the ocean and thinking that that's a good idea. Like, I was like, that is dumb.
There are a couple things.
Yeah, and it was just like plot. We need plot development. So to have her jump off the boat and then find Sauron in the water. Oh, by the way, yes, we're spoiling the entire show.
Yep.
And of course, Sauron just happens to be in the ocean at that time. Like, there's a couple of things where I'm like,
yeah. At least with that, we're told that they're gonna fill in some stuff on that next season. So like we might find out like why he's there. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like that. That's the thing. Like I said it about the Wheel of Time the entire time too. Like people are like up in arms about stuff. Like how are they? And the same thing with the Rings of Power. How are they going to connect to this? And how are they going to finish this story? Wait and find out. Like watch the show.
Yeah,
and you'll find out. But like, you know, everyone wants to, you know, theorize, which is fine. But like, you know, they say they can't do it. Are you a show writer?
Yeah,
Are
no.
you an author?
We'll wait and see is often the answer to a lot of things. Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do with this and that. But like, I don't see how they're going to, which is great. Like, that's fantastic. I already know this story. And if they're able to surprise me with it, then, you know, awesome. People watching for the first time will be surprised too. It's nice to be able to see things that like you thought you knew. And it's like, oh, I get to be surprised by this again.
I fell for every Sauron red herring.
Me too. See, we talked about that last time too. And I was like, because Ebony has never read a Tolkien book at all. She has only ever seen the movies like a couple of times and then the cartoon like back in the day. Yeah. And that's it. So like she was just like, that's Gandalf, like immediately, and she never wavered.
Right. Which I could see that. I mean, that's.
But the whole time I was like, is it Gandalf? Is it Sauron? Is it a blue wizard? Is it a brown wizard? She didn't have any of that stuff because like they threw those little things in. So I felt like people that had never like done too much Tolkien diving at all were better off almost with that.
It
like,
could be. Yeah. Although it was
they were able
fun.
To see
I mean, as long as you're not like disappointed, like I never thought he was Sauron. But I was definitely like, oh yeah, blue wizard maybe, or, you know, whatever. But I didn't care, you know, if he wasn't. So.
Though we found out in the last episode, I forgot who was one of the people in chat let us know that actually the blue wizards never appear in anything other than the Silmarillion. So then it looks like we're probably not.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
Which made me a little sad because I was hoping we'd get to like meet the blue wizards and find anything about them other than they went that way and did stuff.
Right.
Which is like pretty much all we
they're
ever
just going to kind of not acknowledge that, which is, that's fine.
So this is her. Yeah, there she goes. She had her little vision.
They tell me never to open with a dream sequence. Like my first book was DOA because it opened with a dream sequence. And yet, you know.
And here we go. Amazon $400 million show.
Just like with a dream sequence. I do what I want.
Yeah.
So here we go. So the trivia for that scene was like literally the like it has a timestamp on it, and the timestamp is during that dream sequence. The white tree of Numenor, Nilmoth, is the descendant of one of the two trees of Valinor, the seedling of the tree of Galtheon, itself born of the fruit of Telprian, that once lived the Undying Lands. Book 4, Chapter 5. Like it has that in parentheses afterwards for everything. It's fantastic. And then our next one isn't until like 8 minutes in, so we got time. I love the costuming. I will say that. Like, I don't think
is mostly excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. This guy is pretty interesting. He's like a Roman Superman.
But his son is terrible. I mean, they're both kind of terrible.
Yeah, they're both kind of shitty people. This makes me think of the I can't remember there's a Star Wars there's like an outdoor market in The Mandalorian that he goes to, and I don't remember what it was.
Okay, this scene, I have to say, this scene bugged me. Like, this is probably one of the scenes that bugged me the most. I don't know what it is. It's like the extras in this scene. It's very awkward. It just also does not feel realistic. The extras.
It's also that they're taking our jobs. You know?
Our jobs.
It's just very. I don't know. It's really the. I mean, I'm not. They're extras. I'm not going to blame them. And maybe it was
That's
their
right.
direction or whatever. But like, it was so awkward.
Yeah. They also had this built-in, like, ready to go racism against the elves and anti any other humans, like strife,
Yeah.
just ready to go as soon as one showed up. Like, they haven't seen another one in hundreds of years, an elf or other people. But as soon as they came in, they're gonna take our jobs and steal our women.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess that where I think that part does make sense. Like that with the history, and I don't know, they're all long-lived people, right? So it may not seem like that long ago to them, but
I was thinking that too. Everyone looks so clean. Like, there's no dirt anywhere.
It's Numenor. I don't know.
I guess like the ground is freshly swept. Everyone's hair is blow dried. Like it's everyone just left the salon. But the whatchamacall, they don't talk too, like, I don't think they mention any lifespans of the Numenorians.
I don't think it's mentioned. I don't think it's mentioned too explicitly, but I mean, that is what it's supposed to be. They are supposed to be.
They're supposed to be. So. Yeah. And Vigo, my man Vigo, in Aragorn and in the Lord of the Rings, they do go into the fact that he is older than Legolas.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so now we have. Oh, here, let me put up the image of this one so you can see how terrible it is. So this one is the Mentelarma, is the tall mountain that rises in the center isle of Numenor, Appendix A.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all just sightings of where they got information from. It's fantastic. Oh, and there's that dude's son.
Oh my God.
Being a creep.
I mean, this is our first introduction to him, and he's like, okay, he's fine, whatever. It's later on he gets significantly worse. So now I'm just like, all right, dude, go away.
Does he give off dude bro vibes, or is it just me?
No, yeah. I mean, the hair. Look at the hair.
Yeah.
No.
Dude bros in Numenor.
Yeah, for real. That's what I'm saying.
Dude bros.
Numenorian dude bros. I'm sure they have colleges. And what did Brett said something last week? Oh yeah, he was like, they're just handling all of these ancient documents like they're nothing, like throwing them around the table. They had them scattered all over the place. Like, this is 5,000 years old.
Maybe elves don't have like oils.
Yeah, they have no oils in their hands. Yeah,
maybe
it's another. They can swim the distance of an ocean. They live forever. They don't have oil. Their hair always looks perfect.
Yes. That about
sums it up. That crown. I want that for Jordan Con.
It does look awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome for Tiara time. She's got like her and what's her name? I can't remember the dwarf queen. She's got like she reminds me of Amidala, because like every scene she's in, she has a different hairstyle and it's always crazy. It's always like mixed into her crown, or she's got like jewelry in it, and it's always like big and like it's like a character in its own self, and it's different in every scene she's in.
They're setting her up to be imperfect. I think they're setting her up to fall.
I guess, yeah, because I mean, I guess, spoiler alert, don't they all have to die like at some point?
Well, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, Pharazôn becomes king at some point. I mean,
that's true. Yeah. But eventually, at some point, all of these Numenorians are toast in some fashion.
Yeah. I mean, if we were following the Silmarillion, this would be like, I know I say it all the time, but this would be a 3,000-year plot that we would have to be watching, and all of the humans would be dying every single episode.
We're condensing that down a little bit.
Yeah. Her dress is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I could see Moiraine in that dress too. It's perfect. Blue. It's got a little armor on it. I don't get the idea of the crown though. Is is it?
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it does look like that, but I'm not sure what the significance of it is.
Aren't they supposed to be like what are they called? They're all like ship people, right?
Maybe
like
it's not antlers. Maybe it's like I just had it for a second when I was looking at it, but it's some ocean. It's not antlers. It's some ocean thing.
Like
But
a trident.
maybe coral
That's
or
almost glossy.
seaweed
Yeah,
even.
it
But
does. It
it's
does look like
Oh, seaweed. I like that.
seaweed. She's the sea. She's the
yeah,
kelp queen.
the kelp queen. I like.
There
Yeah,
you
there you
go.
go.
It has alliteration. It works.
Yeah.
Or at least it sounds like it does. The trivia for the Wheel of Time compared to this is leaps and bounds different. Like the stuff for the
Yeah.
Wheel of Time was actually useful for like the back
Right.
for like people
Right.
that
Absolutely. They put a lot of useful, interesting stuff in there.
yeah.
So these whispers that he's hearing, do we think that they're later
Plot
on when
development.
well,
That's-
no, but later on we have the mystics, the ones that are after well, they're trying to find Sauron.
the
Do we
weirdo
think
people that are looking
the
for
weirdo
Sauron.
people, yeah,
Yeah.
like they kind of do that weird whispery thing. Do we think that there's some connection there? Like they're talking to him somehow? I'm so confused by that. I don't know.
Oh, it might be trees or driftwood. Sorry, Luke Sedai there. Or
Mhm.
Luke Jedi. I like that.
Yeah.
For the crown, the driftwood crown. Little
Yeah, it
rings
could
of
be something
power
like that.
too.
But I also was not really questioning. I'm like, oh yeah, it looks like antlers, and I'm like, I didn't question it, but it's definitely not.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be in the ocean.
Yes.
And here's another douche. Isildur.
Oh yeah, Sildor. I thought you were. I'm on his friend's side. Like,
No, yeah,
big time.
100%.
Sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does suck.
yeah. Isildur sucks.
Mm-hmm. Him and his sister both suck.
Yes. How did Elendil end up with such like crappy kids?
Shitty
Come
kids.
on.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Though Brett was saying last week how he was giving really bad father advice to his children, but really good father advice to Galadriel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Lee likes your theory for the Whisperers.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that. I think there might be a connection there. I don't understand how it works, but
I'm saying Elrond definitely messed up there. He should have just yeeted him directly into the volcano.
for sure. Yeah. Yeet.
Now I need a shirt that just says Yeet Isildur.
Please.
All right, so our trivia for what the hell are they frozen? Oh,
We got my hot elf boy. Hang on. Shh. I'm appreciating over here. Okay.
Sorry. It's what is it? Iran or something like that?
Mhm.
You like the gothic elf look?
I dig that boy.
I mean, what's not to dig?
Yep.
They're all white orcs too, which I mentioned that last week, but I'm not good enough at Tolkien stuff to know if like that's like a reference to like what's his face from The Hobbit or anything.
Oh, this
Yeah, I
guy.
don't see it. Sorry, Sarah, I don't see it.
It's okay. You don't have to.
That's fair. That orc is pretty good looking though. I mean, like.
All right. Whatever, floats your boat.
My mom always used to say, whatever flips your boat, because she thought that was more exciting. I got in a fight in adulthood over that. I was like, no, we couldn't. Oh, wait a minute.
No, that makes less sense. That might just be something my mother used to say.
Yes.
Anytime I could slip a West Wing reference in, I'm happy. All right, so no, we still got like 2 more minutes till our next bit of useless trivia.
I truly, during this scene, thought that I was seeing like the humanity of Sauron. Like I thought I was seeing.
Oh, yeah.
They fooled me.
Like they were like, oh man, maybe Sauron was right. Shit.
When he says he's not a god yet, I was like, oh. Okay, yeah. Ugh, I'm so mad.
Okay, I could see vampire. You don't like the vampires? Crystal doesn't like vampires. I'm keeping notes. We got gothic elves for Sarah, no vampires for Crystal.
No, not that one. I don't want the Sauron one.
Oh,
That's
him.
him.
Oh yeah, no, he's good. I do like him.
No. We're talking about two different elves here. No, I don't.
Okay, my bad.
Uh-uh.
I take it back. I do like my man there. So isn't he like was he one of Sauron's like lieutenants, or no, he was one of Morgoth's lieutenants.
Yeah.
Him and Sauron were like the same rank.
Perhaps.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw he was like one of the first elves that were turned.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
So he's like early proto-orc.
Yes.
Arendir is fire. I agree with that statement.
I mean, just try to argue that. Nobody can.
No one can. Even beat up and dirty, he's still good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I would argue especially beat up and dirty.
That's a good out of context quote for the evening. So the one thing I like about the whole interest, like the whole idea that they're doing with this guy
Adar,
that's what it was. The names for Tolkien stuff destroy my dyslexia. Like it's just they're too similar. There's too many A's and U's and E's and the accents over the things. It just destroy. I'm done. Like I don't even try.
Yeah. Okay. But you like you were going to say you like something about.
Oh, I like his story. His like where they're like, he just like, these are his people. The orcs are his people, and they want a land that's their own, where they're not going to be hunted and killed all the time. Like like don't get me wrong, they're killing everybody that lives there and kicking them out, so that's not good. But
not good. Yeah,
it does have an interesting, like, you know, back, like it's not all evil. It's not just black and white.
Great. I really like this character, and I think that's important to put that thought out there because, I mean, right, obviously, just coming in and like killing everyone, not good. On the other hand, you know, if you look at it without that, I mean, where are they supposed to go? What are they supposed to do? You know, they want to live, and that's a valid point. So that's something that you don't see in all the Tolkien stories, and I appreciate that. I like it.
Yeah. The most effective villains are ones that don't see themselves that way.
Exactly. Right. Oh yeah, and he absolutely doesn't see himself as a villain at all, and he makes some valid points. So
that's a large difference between older fantasy and newer fantasy, or just not even fantasy, just storytelling, video games, books, movies, television shows, everything. Is that there's always this, like, not always, but often they do this kind of thing where it's like, are the evil people really that evil?
Yeah, or at least like show that there are shades to things, right? Whatever is evil doesn't have to be 100% evil, right? It doesn't have to be like just that, you know, again, very literally black and white. It's not really like that.
Yeah, and they did a good job. I actually really like what they did in the Wheel of Time show for Amazon 2, where they had Dina, that the innkeeper, where she was like, no, we want to break, like, because they think the wheel is like fate, and they're binding these people to these fates of being whoever or dying whenever. And like, no, we want free will. That's why we want to break. That's why we want to.
Yeah. The first dark friend that we really get to know is not someone who's like just out for her own like selfish power, right? That's not why she became a dark friend. And so that's much more interesting.
Oh shit! It's the Black Tower podcast. What up?
Yo.
Speaking of shitty kids.
Oh my god! Yeah, these two. Not the Black Tower guys. I mean, they're shitty. No. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm just joking. I love all y'all.
They're bringing the taint. That's what we need. But no, Theo is also. There's a lot of annoying kids. Kids.
I'm all for making most of the human characters kind of shitty.
Take note, children. You disobey your mother, you get attacked by orcs.
Yeah. Oh, I know you do. I know all three of you do. Taint for days. They often bring some of their taint to JordanCon. They have they make their own little hot sauce that they call the taint.
It's delicious.
I partook last year. It was pretty good.
I need to pick some of that up for Alex when I come this year.
You hear that? You see, you got one person to try your
You
taint.
just got a
this
sale.
year.
Just by showing up here, you got a sale.
just find Sarah. She'll be there this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like oh man, Ebony would immediately been like, I would just turn around. You open the door, look in there, it looks like that, turn around and leave. Like she, these people, man, they have no sense of self-preservation.
Yeah, this kid's not that bright. No.
All right, so what?
You've almost been killed twice.
I know.
What? I don't know.
All right, what is our trivia for this scene? So we're at 22 minutes. Is the next one really 30 minutes in? 38.
Could be.
So does this kid become somebody like that?
I mean,
later,
no.
like his blood.
It's pure speculation because this isn't a character from Tolkien. This is original.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of their creations. Is this kid?
Yeah, so he may become, I think the common fan theory for Theo is that he may become one of the ring wraiths.
Ah.
I thought they were all supposed to be kings, aren't they? Yeah. Well, I guess.
Yeah, but that may come later, I suppose.
I mean, he could become a king, I guess.
Yeah, but they also don't say that they're all kings in the show, so maybe.
Right.
Like this, is
obviously
it his blood that awakens this thing, or is it any blood?
It's any blood because, or at least maybe blood of people from this country because they do it later too.
Right. It may need to be like human Southland blood. There's another episode where it's Waldrag who does it. Okay. So
yeah. And then the one episode where it's just the innkeeper or bartender guy, the old guy.
I forgot about that, but yeah,
I forgot about all of that.
That's who I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's no trivia until the next one's 25 minutes in, which we're not there yet. Oh yeah, it'd be interesting. Like it can't be orc blood. Right,
I think that is implied. Yeah.
I wonder what elf blood will do.
I don't know.
Obviously, that means the sword is a good sword when you have to stab yourself with it.
Definitely, clearly a good sign. Yeah.
I have so many questions about that sword too. Like, how long does it last? Like, you stab yourself with the thing, and then it gets a blade. How long does that blade stay there? Though the magic system in all of Lord of the Rings is soft as hell. So
yes.
In the last episode, they were like, I need you to build the biggest and best tower that's ever been made for.
Yes.
But you're going to need all these people for it. Okay. Well, maybe the dwarves will help. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get the dwarves. The dwarves are the Teamsters Union of the Lord of the Rings.
I guess so. I mean, no wonder they're cranky. I always pretend like I want to be an elf, but I'm not. Like by nature and tastes, I'm totally a dwarf.
Me too. It's like, I want to be this fair elf maiden that wears badass armor like Galadriel and kicks ass. Nope. I want to be sitting in a tavern in a mountain, munching on some sort of, I don't know, mythical creature that has awesome meat that the dwarves cook and drinking whatever mead or ale that they drink. There you go.
I'm not a dwarf either. I think I must
I'm drinking tea.
Be a hobbit or something. Yeah, that's more likely.
I have a clock in my kitchen, and it has all the important things noted around the edge, all the meals.
Yeah.
So are you a natural sprinter then, Sarah? Are you dangerous over short distances?
Yes, actually.
Because then you don't have to move that much.
Yep, I am actually.
If you get within swinging distance.
Mm-hmm.
There she is.
I love her. She is awesome.
Oh,
How do you not love her?
Apparently, you be a shitty neckbeard on the internet.
Don't care about them.
Me either.
No. But I do think she would rock an actual beard.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, I think she would rock anything. Like I love her.
She's got a little. She's got like in some of the scenes in the last episode. I don't know if we'll see it in this one. She does actually have facial hair, which
She's
is
got some little bit of like sideburn.
Yeah, so maybe like they do say dwarf women have beards, so maybe
I
like
am
just
a
like
dwarf.
people.
Oh my god!
There you go. There you go.
Definitive proof.
Okay, so the trivia for this scene was Elrond's father was Erendiel, the mariner who crossed the sea to obtain help of the Valar. He was given a fate apart, sailing his ship through the sky as a sign of hope to those oppressed by evil forces. Appendix A.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that has to do with this scene, but good to know.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
There's
Absolutely.
so much better trivia they could layer into this, but if they had all the source material, I guess.
Like, even just make up your own. Like the dwarves are great stone carved. Like, look at the scene that's happening right now. Like this.
Yeah. You'd think they could do something about like mining. Yeah, that might be more relevant to the scene.
Oh, she was in Wednesday. Who's she in Wednesday? I watched Wednesday twice.
Huh.
Lee and Black. Oh man, who is she in Wednesday? Let me know. I watched Wednesday twice, and I don't.
I'm so jealous of her in this scene. Like she can just like play off anything. She's like, no, I can explain that, and that.
Yeah.
Bitch. Like,
one of the shopkeepers.
Best scenes in the whole season, most of them involve these two and Elrond. I just love the three of them in any combination.
Yeah, I love every scene in all of the dwarven stuff.
That's true. Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah. Though all of the dwarven settings in this remind me of, for anyone that's played Dragon Age, it reminds me of the dwarven cities in Dragon Age a lot. Yeah, she's a schemer too.
I love their relationship so much. She's like, no, I don't lie unless it's to protect my husband because that's where my loyalties lie. Like I just and he doesn't keep anything from her. It's awesome.
And even even Elrond understands that. That's like
Lee is quick, guys. He is. That's Black Tower. They he's been beating them to the punch every time.
Where are you seeing the chat? Because I don't see chat.
On the right-hand side, if you click on comments, you're probably still in the private chat from when I sent you the link to the watch party.
I am. There we go. Oh, hey. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, she can see your stuff now. Yay. Yeah, Lee, if you haven't checked out Black Tower Podcast, you should go check them out because I definitely think you would like them based off of, You've probably met Andrew and Dan and them from at Jordan Con because I think they've come to like 2 or 3 Jordan Cons, so there's little chance that you haven't seen them. What up? I've been watching you guys the whole time.
Hi.
And here's Elrond.
I'm sorry, this is just funny.
So okay. The trivia for this scene: dwarves have a special reverence for the Miramir, the lake that's just outside the eastern entrance of Khazad-dûm. They say that the reflection of its dark waters. They say that in the reflection of its dark waters, the first Durin beheld the crown of stars above his head. Book 2, Chapter 4.
Why didn't they say something about secret doors? Because dwarves also have an affinity for secret doors.
Why are they saying things about a lake that never appears in the show?
Yeah, that's very weird. Like, just tell us about secret doors or something.
Oh, man.
My 8-year-old's commentary. We watched the first few leading up to this.
Yeah.
And my 8-year-old is now heavily invested, and her commentary is better than that.
Oh. You should watch the rest of the episodes and like tweet it at Amazon and be
really
put this in your trivia. Isn't that the lake that the monster tries to eat Frodo? Oh yeah, maybe that might be the lake that the monster. See, that would be good for the movie.
I thought it was something that they saw after they like got through the other side
Oh
of.
yeah, and that's not Khazad-dûm that they're going into. That's Moria.
No, it's the same thing. The name changes when.
Oh right.
Yeah.
See, this is why we need to have at least one person that knows more about Tolkien stuff.
Oh no, it's me. That's not good.
It's you. It's you.
It's you.
It's not me. I haven't read the Lord of the Rings books since I was before high school, actually, middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, the Speak Friend and Enter Door. That's probably later, I guess.
But I don't know. It just seems like they could have done some trivia on that. Like there's multiple
anything pertinent to the scene that's at play.
Multiple secret dwarven door thingies in Tolkien. Like they could have talked about it.
Okay, it looks like the next one actually might be pertinent to the scene that it's associated with, which is good. Exciting. So yeah, all right. So the next one is pretty much now. It's in like 20 seconds. And they're looking at a mine in Khazad-dûm. So to mine in Khazad-dûm is less a blunt force affair and more of an act of revered sculpting, slowly and methodically tending to the stone to uncover the secrets within. Book 3, Chapter 8. That's literally the first piece of trivia in 4 episodes that has been pertinent to the scene that it is associated with.
Okay, well done.
I feel like the elf should know better, that Elrond should know better than to make promises without knowing what you're promising.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's just like the relationship that these two have, right? Like they're very close. I mean, that's one thing I love. I just love the way that they've developed the relationship between these two. But yeah, maybe it does seem a little hasty of him.
So that's a good point. They actually do make the rings backwards in the show, which is interesting. So like,
yeah.
They discover that Sauron was influencing. Celebrimbor discovers that Sauron was influencing all of the rings they made. So all of the dwarven rings and all of the human rings. So then he pieces out Sauron, and then Celebrimbor makes the 3 elven rings free of Sauron's control, which is why the elves still wear them.
Yes.
And Gandalf. That I know.
Yeah.
Gandalf is wearing one of them.
He does have one of them, yes.
I don't know the names of them, though.
I only can remember one of them.
Hey, Isildur, if we're ever standing at a volcano, I promise I won't kick you in, even if it will save the world. It's one of those like Middle Earthian like promises that they give to each other. You just don't get it. That's what it is.
Black Tower Podcast has 2 of the names, including the one that I remembered, so I'm not going to remember the third one.
Yeah, I got no idea. See if those are the names, Vilya, Nenya, and Varya. Like
I don't think Varya is right.
But even if they're so closely, I would never ever be able to remember that. I would mix them up completely in my head.
Nenya is the one that Galadriel wears, but
it's also your business.
Nenya, your business.
I'm hilarious. I am. Not at all.
Maybe I shouldn't have pre-gamed so hard because I thought that was funny.
No, it's just because you and I are too similar. I could just. Oh man, someone has to do. Is there? I mean, if there isn't a parody version of If You Like It, You Should Have Put a Ring on It with like Celebrimbor and like Sauron and Lord of the Rings, someone needs to make one immediately.
That sounds good. I'd watch that.
Do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Next Jordan Con, we will perform. I'll need a lot of drinks to do that. The only thing I've performed at Jordan Con was What Does the Fox Say during karaoke, and I was very drunk. Much imbibing. She's been in jail for like a couple of days. Hair impeccable. That's another thing I liked that they did in the Wheel of Time when they were like traveling on the road. Everyone was dirty as fuck. Like when they, and they cleaned up when they got to towns and stuff. It wasn't just like everyone looked blow dried and freshly make-upped every 5 seconds. Knowing he's Sauron in the scenes with the two of them in jail together is pretty funny though.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, he does. He is pretty good at manipulating everybody. I will.
He's very good. Yeah.
I didn't suspect at all.
No, me either.
Okay, so I thought they were hitting it too hard and that it was a red herring. I did suspect, but then I was like, no, they're because it was like, okay, so he's really good at smithing, and you know what I mean? Like they throw that in there, and that's something that, well, I don't know. Maybe that's not all that known about Sauron if you've just like seen the Lord of the Rings movies, but I don't know. I thought they were maybe doing a red herring, but no, that was just him.
Yeah, no, I was
it was
taken for surprise.
Somewhat effective because even though like I was sort of like aware that it could be him, I think a lot of why I wasn't convinced it was him was because I like him as a character, right? Like I like Halbrand, and so they do that like charming, aspect to him very well. Like where he is supposed to have been able to charm and manipulate people very effectively. So. They did a good job with that.
I think we might actually have a 3 for 3 for this. Erin agrees with you too. She did think it was him, and I was arguing with her that it was not him, like the entire time we were watching this. I think we're gonna have 3 for 3 for trivia for this episode, which is the first 3 that have ever been pertinent. So, the trivia for this scene is the badges on. I'm not even gonna try to say this dude's name. Pharazôn. Yeah, Pharazôn's cloak. Tunic are symbolic of how many of the many guilds of Numenor. So all of the things on his cloak are the different guilds. Each guild has a crest represented, and he specializes in a civic craft, in civic responsibility. So he's responsible for all of the guilds.
Okay. Yeah.
And it doesn't have a sighting because that's just completely from the show.
Because okay.
That's also the first bit of trivia that isn't from one of the books that I've seen.
Yeah, so maybe they could have done more of those, if they wanted
things
sense
that
for
the character, though, like knowing where he's going in the future. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Like, I just wish they did more of that. I want to harangue these people so badly for that. I wonder if they just think no one reads these things.
Maybe. I mean, I do think not a lot of people read them. So, yeah. But
they don't know fantasy fans.
They could be helpful. Then maybe more people would read them.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the ones for the Wheel of Time were actually super great.
Yeah, they were.
And the ones for the boys, because I watched the boys again recently, and I was rewatching. I like to I don't listen to music that much. I put TV shows on when I do stuff. So like I put on Carnival Row when I was like putting up Christmas decorations for whatever reason. But I rewatched that recently, and the trivia, and I went and looked at the trivia for that just because now I just want to know if they put like useful trivia in their other shows, and it was pretty good for those too. Writers, what does that even mean?
Is it just me, or there's some heat between those two?
Oh yeah, I could see that.
She's got awesome headgear on again.
Yeah, she does.
And awesome hair.
Yep.
She's got the Amidala hairstyle, every different hairstyle every time she does a wardrobe drink.
Outfit too, I think.
Yeah.
Different one.
She's definitely accessorizing too. She's got the same brooches on. Also, how old is this guy? Damn. Like, is he like 500 years old?
I mean, for a Numenorian,
he's but like
really freaking old.
He's like a full blood Numenorian too. He's not even like Aragorn, who's like
right.
He's part elven.
Maybe he is 500. I don't know.
And I don't. someone, maybe Lee knows, or maybe you know, Rebecca. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know how old Aragorn gets to. It's like 200 or something like that.
I think so. Yeah, he's like 80 something at the time of
The movies,
The Lord of the Rings, and I think about 200 or so.
I think they say, like, oh, he ruled the whatever for some amount of years. Or that
I don't know. It's in the appendices, but yeah. I don't.
So here is the third bit of trivia that's actually pertinent. I think we're gonna get it in this one. Yeah, 210. Okay, there you go.
210. Yeah.
Random sword leaning on the wall. Is this and an axe? So is this just their room of antiquities in here?
Yeah.
Hoppers is back. Yay!
This might be one of my favorite looks of hers, actually. I really like this look.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was something I saw when I was looking things up about this, where all of these things are specific relics in the Tolkien universe.
Okay.
Well,
so yeah,
they were more of a
So the trivia for this scene is the Palantir were made of the Noldor in Valinor, perhaps even by Feanor himself. Objects of incredible power, the full extent of what they can see within them is merely speculation, but they could undoubtedly see across the seas of both water and time to perceive things far off and days remote. Book 3, Chapter 11.
Galadriel's just going to put her hand on it.
Of course, yeah.
Right, yeah. I would expect nothing less.
This is a pretty cool way to, like, that was a really cool, transition to show this. I swear to God, if Numenor isn't destroyed by a giant wave, I'm going to be angry now. And now I want to know what all those things are in there. There was an axe I saw, and it looked like a golden wing, but I doubt that's what it was. A helmet there. That looks like a dwarf helmet.
It is. It's Oh, I wish I remembered details because I read this earlier today. I cannot remember to tell you. It's important though, damn it.
She did look like she was putting her hand on it.
Touch the bud.
Now I just pictured the scene from Indiana Jones where he's trying to push the statue and I forgot the woman's name in that movie in Temple of Doom, and she pushes the statue and she puts both her hands on the boobs. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe that's what made him eat the tomato like a creeper. Oh, God. That scene will be burned into my memories forever of him eating that damn tomato. Oh, it gives me the chills just thinking about it.
I think Denethor, when it comes to, how he was sort of led astray by the Palantir that he had, I mean, part of it is that he could see parts of what Sauron was doing, but not necessarily, you couldn't see everything. And he might have only seen what Sauron chose to let him see. So that's where, it's not going to give you like full knowledge of things. So if you have like pieces of things and you then have to interpret it, you can be misled.
What does that leather hat do for you? It doesn't look like it keeps you warm, nor would it provide any really protection. So it's just is that like fashion?
I was going to say it's a look.
It is a look.
It's a look. I'm a little bothered that
Think of how
she doesn't have like a cloak. Like she's always just like completely like bare armed, and
she doesn't have her like undershirt. Like that's not how they would have worn. Yeah.
Yeah, no. She just looks like she should be cold.
Black Tower looking out for us. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the alert bell. Do all that stuff. I'm bad at that. I usually have Kitty yelling at me about doing that. Do we have any trivia for this scene? Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. The language of the orcs is black speech, a tongue that is used without a love of its words.
Okay.
Filled with curses and abuse.
Wait, is that how I speak?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's how I talk. Like
You're just black speech all the time, apparently.
So now you're saying instead of being dwarf-like, you might be a little orc-like?
I might be, because
it was devised. Well, I mean, apparently it was
communication?
devised by the use of servants of evil.
Yes. Communication is most important in speech.
Yeah, and you want people to hear all of the curses and abuse. How
Right.
else are they to improve?
Right, exactly.
Okay, and this is okay. Right about now, Theo's about to do something that really made me want to smack him. He's almost out of there. Right here. He's like he could just keep going. But no, he just like stops right here and is just like, yeah, I'm good. Let me just chill here for a bit. I'll smile.
That's high praise from Black Tower, by the way.
My hygiene is better than an orc's.
Yep.
I don't know about that. You didn't see me 5 minutes before this started to air.
But I did manage to forget that Arondir was like coming. So like that moment did actually surprise me, and it
I
shouldn't
forgot
have.
right now.
But I
They are coming.
Swoon.
Yeah.
The background to Sarah's phone is that image of him reaching like toward the camera.
So there's no Harfoots in this episode. I forgot that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
That is
I
sad.
love
Yeah.
Rory.
Damn, gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna catch this arrow out of the air.
Just take that. Yeah.
Shoot it back at you.
Does that mean he's a monk in like D&D because he caught it and then shot it back at them?
Yeah.
He's like, what is that? A level 5 monk? He's a level 5 monk at least. Uno reverse. You got to carry an Uno reverse card around with you and just like stick it in like, the bill when you go to a restaurant or something.
Oh, okay. I guess she's got a cloak now. Good.
She knows. Aaron knows. Are they finally gonna? Ooh!
Yep.
I was like, I don't want to see up that loincloth on that horse. Like, whoa! Slow down.
Never noticed that the first time.
That's what I'm here for. Pointing stuff out like that.
Orc loincloth upshots.
.com.
Upshots. We just started a whole thing now, I think.
Oh no.
And something I just reading the next bit of trivia and watching, obviously having watched the show, is something I realized is similar to the original Star Wars movies. The original Lord of the Rings movies had the same problem of having almost no women with speaking lines. There was like 2, and in the original Star Wars, there's also 2, except the second one is Mon Mothma, and she says like 6 words, and the other one's Leia, obviously. But so the trivia for this one is dwarf women seldom, like right now, the trivia is dwarf women seldom walk abroad from their own realms, giving rise to foolish beliefs outside amongst outsiders. Appendix A.
Yeah.
But like in this one, there's plenty of female characters with actual stories and entire character arcs, which is much better.
That's why the dude bros hate it.
Yeah, that's true.
Her singing is awesome.
It is. I also like the idea that like they have the singing is like part of the, like, see how it's like influencing the mountain, like they sing to the stone.
That's
like, I like that.
really cool.
Yeah, they had a whole conversation about that earlier on, about her singing to the rocks.
Yeah.
That was how they found the mithril.
Right.
It's kind of like they're the Ogier of the
mountain
world.
Yeah.
Stone Ogier. That's all dwarves are.
But with a far quicker tongue.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, now she likes him because he inadvertently saved a Durin.
Yeah. Well, I think she liked him before.
Yeah. She feels slightly indebted now.
Could have led with that.
Yeah. See, he doesn't look like his hair was freshly blow dried.
No, he doesn't.
Ooh. A little angry there, buddy.
Yeah.
I do have
definitely a dwarf.
I have serious beard envy though.
I mean, it's impressive.
Pretty epic. Yeah, it really was a great scene, the singing in there.
Yeah.
Huh? Why couldn't we have the trivia that you're dead now? 20 minutes ago. I mean, I like this guy that's playing Elrond now. Yeah. Though, yeah, he doesn't look anything like Hugo Weaving.
I don't care. I don't care. I like him. I like this Elrond. Like, I'm just much more interested in him as a character than I was.
It's weird that he's like a bureaucrat. Like, I don't see any warriorness to him at all in this entire series, in this entire first season at least.
But he's so young.
Is interesting, and maybe maybe we'll get to see him kind of grow into that, which could be interesting.
I don't know how old. Like, I think Galadriel, or at least in the Silmarillion, like I think she's supposed to be like 1800 or 1700 and change. Like right now, like
yeah.
I don't know how old Elrond is.
Certainly older than Elrond.
I don't know how old Elrond is.
I don't know. Yeah, you wonder how much it matters at a certain point, but yeah, she's much older than him.
See, though, I think they're leaning into the Galadriel, like she starts to get that type of mentality in the last episode, like she realizes that her hot-headedness and her fast acting is like she's very similar to Sauron, and she doesn't like that. So
so she'll pull back from her warrior mindset, and he may lean into it. Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with this comment that they're going to kind of have to switch roles.
Yep. Ooh, Marisu. What up, Marisu?
Oh, this is a good scene too.
Everyone is pulling up skills when they're 1800. I'm sorry.
It's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, I mean, when you're 1800, you're like, I'm the oldest person in any room anywhere. I obviously know more than you, so shut up.
Man he looks like he's what's his name? Shit. Damn. The king of the horse people from Lord of the Rings when he's influenced by Wormtongue.
Yeah.
His name is fucked up in my head.
Theoden
King.
Theoden King, yeah.
Yes.
He does look a bit like that. Yeah.
He looks all messed up there. That's quite a crown.
Mm-hmm.
It looks heavy as hell.
Yeah.
Especially if it's gold.
I can't tell what it is.
That is a big ass axe too. Yeah, I would definitely be a dwarf too. I'm not fighting with no little lithe blade. It's got to be that axe, because like if you swing, you get hit with any part of that when you're swinging it, it's gonna hurt. Like, and that's my type of fighting. Like, I'm not dexterous like that. It's just swing and hope for the best. Durin was the name of the eldest of 7 fathers of the dwarves, and the ancestor of all of the kings of the Longbeards. Durin was known as Durin the Deathless, for he lived such a long time, a much greater span than normal dwarves. Appendix A.
Yeah.
I love this actor.
Yeah. All of the dwarf actors are great.
Mm-hmm.
Even like just the extras in the background. Not thinking about it, like thinking about the extras in the Numenor area, but the extras in the, like, they look like they're having a ton of fun too.
Yeah.
Especially in the smashing the rock contest scenes were great.
Yeah, the only extras that bothered me were the Numenorian scene. That one bothered me. Everything else was like, they just fit in.
Yeah. Go to Linden. Sneak around.
Here's where I get very mad at Bronwyn for not just kissing him.
Yeah.
Like, he just saved your completely idiotic son. And look at him.
He's in his undergarments.
You're in yours. Not complaining about either. But
No.
It is true. Ostiliath. Why is everything named the same shit? Ostiliath, Osgiliath, like everything has.
I love that the subtitles, as you were saying that, said indescript chatter.
It's accurate. It's accurate. That's basically everything I said. They have some awesome braziers there, though. Like broke ass country that has nothing, but they have some awesome architecture.
I guess they weren't always broke ass. That's what we should take away.
That's fair. And here's this idiot with his freaking sword.
Yeah, let me take this out now. It's fine. Good time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a little kid. He wants to stare at it.
Yeah.
Sounds very young boyish.
So you notice that this guy Waldreg here, and he's got this like sort of open circle necklace that he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just something I noticed. And then in the very last episode, Halbrand shows up wearing something very similar to that. And I remember seeing that and going, oh, that's it. He's definitely Sauron.
There you go. Fashioned for our ancestors. So maybe it is just their people that can.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Was he speaking black speech there?
It seems like it, but
this feels very. Have you heard the good word?
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Let me tell you about my Lord and Savior, Sauron the Magnificent.
Literally what's happening right now.
Okay.
Okay, dude.
Thanks, buddy. Oh shit! There's a war coming, and there he is. There's Ed. There's my Ed picture. There he is. It's Ed. There he is. That looks very Gondorian too, like from the Lord of the Rings movies. Their armor.
Yeah.
I can't stop staring at his hair. Always, man, just freshly blow dried. Those Numenorians.
It's the sea air.
Oh yeah, because notoriously salt air is good for hair.
Yeah, that's it.
Even I know that that's not accurate. I remember what the salt air used to do to my beard. Another crown. She's got so many crowns. She's got a crown for every occasion.
And they're all fabulous.
It's true. Shut your stupid mouth, Farazan. What we got? What's our next trivia? Oh, the trivia that was like 40 seconds ago. Men have always ranked among the servants of dark powers. Through pride, they prove easy to corrupt or dominate. Book 2, Chapter 2. There's the white cloaks in the background over there. The tree is crying.
Might be a sign.
Yeah. I wonder if the Valar are trying to tell you anything.
I mean, that could mean anything. It is a cool shot, though.
Yeah. Totally could just mean anything, though.
That tree is fabulous.
I guess that's what the tree in Gondor is supposed to look like.
Mm.
And not just a piece of gnarled driftwood. Rico Suave hair looking motherfucker shit. I hate his face. I hate everything about this.
I think it is meant to be a hated face. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
All right, and the last bit of trivia, which is pretty much right now, the King of Numenor is considered by many to be one of the faithful, capital the faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Those who resist the dominant pull of the kingdom away from its roots and affiliation with the Eldar and the Valar. He tried to bring his kingdom back to the elven ways of its beginnings, but in so doing created strife and rebellion amongst the people he ruled. Appendix A.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whose job is it to light these things? All these lit braziers everywhere. That's another thing about this show, is I said it last week too, is like every 5 minutes someone's giving like a heartfelt like speech of encouragement. Like this is pertinent in this one, but it's like,
yeah.
And then I will usurp her and steal power for myself. I like how no one ever sees that coming. Like none of these people ever see it coming.
They might be for it. I don't know.
No, I mean like she didn't see it coming. Galadriel doesn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Isildur's dad didn't see it coming. No one sees
the
it coming.
Voluntary inscription of anybody who might have any kind of sympathy for the elves.
Yep.
Everybody out.
Yep. Let's get everybody out.
Yeah, well, right. Yes.
So we just have a country of like douchebags left, is pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, very accurate. Yeah.
Let's just tilt those arms back like 8 degrees. Everyone's kind of reaching forward. It's a little jarring. All right. I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's the end of it.
Yeah,
and that was the last bit of trivia, was the King of Numenor bit. Yeah, so that was pretty good. I mean, not a lot going on in this episode.
Yeah, I remember feeling like that when I first saw the episode too. That like, I mean, it's really like the first 4 episodes are slow. Just like lots of setup. I enjoyed this episode. Like, there's really good scenes in it, but it doesn't advance the plot so much.
Yeah. The only bit, the most interesting bit in this episode was really about either the orcs or the dwarves. I feel like everything else was just nonsense.
I mean, yeah, like I said, there's good scenes. There's a lot of scenes that I enjoyed, but I didn't feel like it was still firmly set up 4 episodes in, I think.
That's fair. So I want to remind everybody again to make sure check out Sarah's stuff. It's down on it's been scrolling on the bottom. I have to share this other picture I got with you. I didn't find a good. I was going to bring it up when we were looking at the orcs and mention something about Trollocs, because come on, like. So the double crossing the bridge, that's the old cover?
That is the old cover, yes.
Okay, so this is a fabulous picture, but this is the new cover of the book. So when you go to check out the re-release over at Falstaff, the link tree we posted in other places, this is the cover that you'll be looking for. But that is a fabulous picture.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you for coming to hang out with us. I just wanted to make sure to remind everybody on who is hanging out with us, because it's been an hour.
Short
next, yeah, sure. I mean, I just usually speak to them as I would hope they would tell me, because I would forget if I was watching. I'm terrible.
Same here.
Oh yeah, 100%. The next week we're going to be hanging out with the amazing Delusions of Grendel for episode 5. Yeah, episode 5. Yes. So come and check us out, hang out with that, and I will be posting the link for that in a few minutes, so you'll be able to save it. Make sure to hit the bell, save the alerts, all that nonsense. So terrible at promoting myself and dragging.
That's going to be a good one, because episode 5 is a really good episode. Mm-hmm. Delusions of Grendel is the best. So
make sure to go check out her stuff too, because they did their own thing on the show that she's on, and she posted a lot of stuff for herself for Rings of Power. So go check out that stuff too prior to the show.
I'll try to remember to come harass y'all in the comments.
Yes, always. I love harassment. It keeps me going. Yes. So Sarah, thank you for coming to hang out with us. Rebecca, I'm so glad you came and hung out with us again for another episode.
Thanks for having me back.
Always. You got to come back more often.
I will.
And everyone else, thank you for coming and chilling with us. I will see everyone next week, and then we will have maybe some announcements for what our next show might be.
We're going to be talking about that soon. Definitely pay attention, because we'll start there'll be some polls fairly soon on Dragon Mount social media, so make sure you're following Dragon Mount on all the social media platforms. You can help us decide for sure what our next show is going to be.
Yes. Thank you again, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.